Oh, buddy, what is up, everybody? It is your boy Farai. Thank you once again for tuning in. It has been 1 year since Slate Digital released the Fresh Air plugin. It is free, a lot of people are using it, and I wanted to give you some insight from a professional engineer and as someone who owns the actual piece of gear that this is modeling. So yeah, man, I'm going to give you my perspective on it. As always, check out the links below for links to my vocal recording course and vocal mixing course if you wish to up your game as an engineer, really get in depth on how to record, how to upgrade your techniques. We're going to be talking about mic technique as well in this video, so stay tuned. Let's get into it. All right, man. So Slate Digital Fresh Air. What is the Fresh Air plugin? Well, really what it is it's an emulation of the Dolby A-type processor, right? This was an old device that was actually used to reduce noise from tape machines. But, you know, as engineers are, people started manipulating them and turning them into multi-band exciters. Now, for those who don't know what an exciter is, it is basically something that increases harmonic distortion. Maybe it increases the level via EQ, whatever. Really what it's doing is it's increasing some sort of band. Now, what engineers were doing in Britain, especially, Dolby comes from Britain, I'm pretty sure, you know, they were manipulating it so they could get more treble out of their vocals. And that's obviously what Slate have focused on here, right? It's really getting that depth, that kind of brightness out of the vocal. But, you know, to the inexperienced engineer, I'm seeing a lot of people overdoing it, and that's really what I want to help you with, okay? So first things first, we'll take a listen to this track we have. This is the Future Uzi template, which I believe is really underrated. You can check that out in the description as well. There is a Pro Tools version included. And yeah, just see, I have barely done anything to this, but you know, the little bit that I'm doing is making all the difference, okay? So I'm gonna play the track, bypass it a little bit. I want you to listen. I want you to figure out what is removed when I remove this, and then what we gain when we add it in, all right? That's your job. Let's go for it.
My friend line come through like a soldier.
Yeah, I don't wanna talk, they can't find me. This is some drink, not some coffee. I'm rolling up cushion the lobby. I'm balling, this shit is a hobby. Skating on ice like it's hockey. She said that I'm cool, but I'm cocky. I woke up today and I'm seeing it clear. Got rid of my demons, I do not have fear. I'm flipping the birdie, I woke up too early. I hop in a whip and you know that we swerving. I cook up some work, man, you know that it's perfect. Oh, she want me now, but you know I just curve it. Cook in the kitchen, I'm flipping the ball. Keeping it real, I ain't selling my soul. Don't need a green light, you know we just go. Keep it 100, you already know.
Thousands of grams and certified stones.
Right, so hopefully you've been listening, okay? What we are gaining is we're gaining that little bit of extra bite in the vocal. We're getting that little bit of extra like punch, that smack in your face. But again, 2%, 1%. How do we do that, right? How does this work, right? I see people doing this. It's too much, okay?
My friend line come through like a soldier.
Yeah, I don't wanna talk, they can't find me. This is some drink, not some coffee.
Right, if you were to listen to that for 20 seconds, I can assure you, you'll turn the song off, right? It's just too much, okay? So, when it comes to using this device, man, there are really two ways that you can use it, okay? Now, the first way is what we're doing, right? This is what people are typically doing. You're throwing it on your vocal. But the first mistake is people might be throwing it on too early, maybe too late into the chain, right? I prefer using it just before the effects, and I'll tell you why. But, you know, first things first are the settings, right? As you can see, mid-air, I'm really never going above 4-5%, right? 2 work perfectly because I had already done a bit of EQ in the track. And then 1 just to get that sparkle. 1, the high air you really want to be careful with. So don't overdo it on the high air, right? But again, start off with your mid-air, you know, boost some sparkle, do what you got to do, and then make sure that you adjust your gain so that you're not fooling yourself into believing that just because it's louder and brighter, it's better, right? This is really a common mistake that beginner engineers make, is that, you know, you're making all these decisions as you're going along and things are getting louder, but they're not really getting better, okay? So always make sure to adjust your output trim or your output level, whatever it is, just to make sure that you are not fooling yourself, okay? So that's really the first way that we can do it. Now, again, as you can see, I have not relied on this to create the treble for the track. The way that I create the treble for the track is simply by removing the bass, okay? I talk about this time and time again. You know, hopefully this is embedded in your brain now when you're mixing, right? Is that when you're mixing, you want to make sure that you're reducing the bass first, and then you're focusing on that sparkle and that air and that lift, okay? And this is where the Fresh Air plugin can really help, right? Once I've done my EQ, right, I've removed all the harshest parts of the vocal. Once I've done my de-essing, once I've compressed the vocal for consistency, then do I say, man, maybe a little bit of excitation might work, right? That's what we can do with this plugin. It's beautiful. You know, what we gain from this plugin is that I can actually manipulate how much is going on. With the original Dolby A-types, you can't, right? It's just an effect, and you have to make use of it. And that's really where we come into the second technique, right? Where we're using this generally in studios, some people like to throw the whole vocal through there. it sounds cool. Personally, I don't like to do that. I think we have so many tools today at hand that, you know, I can really get in depth with the vocal. There's really no need to rely on a one-trick pony, right? But really what we do in studios is we use this in parallel, okay? Your vocal parallel right here is always going to be that Dolby, something that I mix with. You can check below. We are mixing again. It's just something that I like to do. So I'm going to show you how I set it up. So as you can see right here, I've got my main vocal chain. I've got all these effect sends, beautiful effect sends. Again, check out this template. But as you can see, we've got one right here, fresh air that I've just added. It's brand new. And I'm going to show you how I would pretty much bring it in, okay? So the first thing is we're sending the vocal to there. Obviously, we've got no level there. But I'm just going to start off with something like 20. It's going to be fine. Keep the trim as it is because it doesn't really matter because we're going to be using this as our output fader, okay? But I'm just going to bring this in. Then I really want you to hear how much of that kind of air we get in the vocal. Then you're going to see me manipulate it and find a level that I like. Now again, this mix is done, so obviously we're adding onto the mix. So, you know, just kind of take this with a grain of salt, right? So let's mess around.
My friend line come through like a soldier.
Yeah, I don't wanna talk, they can't find me. This is some drag, not some coffee. I'm rolling up cushion in the lobby. I'm balling, this shit is a hobby. Skating on ice like it's hockey. She said that I'm cool, but I'm cocky. I woke up today and I'm seeing it clear.
Right, can you see how much louder the vocal becomes, right? It's almost a bit obnoxious, so we're gonna just tone it back a little bit. We can definitely hear we've got a bit much of the mid-air, right? The more I boost it, I just want you to hear.
Rolling up cushion in the lobby. I'm balling, this shit is a hobby. Skating on ice like it's hockey. She said that I'm cool, but I'm cocky. I woke up today and I'm seeing it clear.
You know, the mid-range, that mid-band is quite nice actually. It doesn't really become too harsh, you know, but we get a lot of body in the vocal. If I mute it again.
Rolling up cushion in the lobby. I'm balling, this shit is a hobby. Skating.
Right, can you see how much more control we have when we use it in parallel? Right, so I'm just going to tone this back, or keep it at 94 actually, why not, it sounds pretty good. But I'm just going to mess around with that high air and just see, you know, how much fidelity we can get out of the vocal.
Rolling up cushion in the lobby. I'm balling, this shit is a hobby. Skating on ice like it's hockey. She said that I'm cool, but I'm cocky. I woke up today and I'm seeing it clear. Got rid of my demons, I do not have fear. I'm flipping the birdie, I woke up too early. I hop in a whip and you know that we swerving. I cook up some work, man, you know that it's perfect. Oh, she want me now, but you know I just curve it. Cook in the kitchen, I'm flipping a ball. Keeping it real, I ain't selling my soul. Don't need a green light, you know we just go. Keep it 100, you already know.
Right, there you go, right? There's that kind of upfront Avalon type, you know, upfront rap vocal, right? Whatever you want to call it, here it is, right? And then again, I would just adjust the output level just to make sure that it sounds good. So let's do that.
Rolling up cushion in the lobby. I'm balling, this shit is a hobby. Skating on ice like it's hockey. She said that I'm cool, but I'm cocky. I woke up today and I'm seeing it clear. Got rid of my demons, I do not have fear. I'm flipping the birdie, I woke up too early. I hop in a whip and you know that we swerving. I cook up some work, man, you know that it's perfect. Oh, she want me now, but you.
Right, there you go. And if we just put the mix in mono real quick.
Rolling up cushion in the lobby. I'm balling, this shit is a hobby. Skating on ice like it's hockey. She said that I'm cool, but I'm cocky. I woke up today and I'm seeing it clear. Got rid of my demons, I do not have fear.
Right, can you hear how the ends of every word are kind of more, you know, intelligible, right? You can hear them more. So really that's what I'm trying to show you, man. This is a simple plugin, but again, we can use it in depth, right? We could use this to process all of our background vocals. We could use this as a parallel bus, even on the instrumental, right? Maybe you find that the instruments of your instrumental are not sounding too good. You can create a bandpass filter and then just get those instruments booming out of there and then just kind of bring it in the mix, right? This is an excellent parallel processing device that you should definitely be messing around with. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. You know, we back at it making some more content. You know, I was almost not gonna come back, man, but here I am making some YouTube videos. But yeah, we got some new stuff coming out soon. We're gonna have a much more interactive way of putting out videos. That video will be coming out soon. It's gonna be lots of fun, so stay tuned. I might even be doing some live streaming because I got pretty fast internet now. But nonetheless, man, I hope you are doing well. I hope you've been mixing, you know what I mean, staying competitive, staying on your grind. And yeah, I'll check out in the next video. Again, check out links below to all of the cool things. If you want to help support the channel, you can check out cool FLPs from our web store, our vocal recording course. I do Zoom consultations for those who want to talk, audio, business, whatever it is that you want to, you know, cover. We can do that. And yeah, we have a mixing service as well. But nonetheless, hope you have a good day. Peace out.